Hey, good morning, guys. I thought I'd update y'all on that TI 994A. Sorry, this is a little nerdy, but I don't get this. I don't get vintage computers very often, so I kind of geek out when I do get them. Uh, yeah, I put that listing up yesterday. It's right here, and I went really high on it at 140. That was kind of a ridiculous price. I woke up this morning and I had an offer on it for $100 plus shipping, and that was totally fair, totally good offer. So I woke up, opened my eyes, saw the offer, and I accepted. That's a great way to wake up, right? And the guy paid. Got paid about 20, 30 minutes later. So here's the box of goodies. Everything's in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that shipped out. I did actually test that other speech synthesizer unit, which I have right here, and it does work good. I haven't done a listing yet for the bad computer, which is actually right here. I'll probably get around to it sometime today. I have my big goal for the day though is to get that Yadro or Ladro. I know it's supposed to be Yadro, but I can't do that. I have to say Ladro. That chess set that I picked up this past weekend, I'm going to get it listed today, which is going to take some time. I have to clean every piece. They're all dusty. They look like they've been sitting on a shelf, displayed on a shelf for the past 20 years or something. So, yeah, I got some other stuff to pack up. I'll probably go ahead and get this computer out today, though, and I'll just show you all that box when it gets packed up, since we've gone all the way from picking the computer up to testing it and everything to listing, and I might as well show you. I'll get it, me getting it shipped too. It's interesting. I bought this computer, this unit that's in this box, for $5, and I had bought another one, the one that didn't work, for $10 about 6 months ago, and I combined a lot of pieces, from the two packages. Like the one that didn't work, it had joysticks, it had a cover for it, it had the manual, it had the games. The only thing I wasn't able to use was the computer. So, I was able to combine those both into two nice packages. Total amount spent was $15. There was also this interesting little Y adapter for joysticks that I'll put right here. Man, I listed that sucker yesterday. I didn't think it would sell, but I threw it up just for the heck of it, and it sold within about 30 minutes. So, I probably could have got a little more, maybe more around $20, $25. So, yeah, between that, the voice synthesizer thing, speech synthesizer thing, I should get about $30, $25 to $30 for. And then I sold that splitter, and then I sold this computer, and then I have that parts only unit. So for the $15, I'm probably going to end up getting around 160 or so. So definitely worth it to sell this kind of stuff if you like working with it, which I love working with it. So to me, it's a joy to do it. So I'll show y'all the finished box whenever I get done. All right, guys, I have a quick ethical question for you. So I sold these trophies the other day. They were these bears from a local high school. These metal bears, pretty cool trophies that I picked up at an estate sale. And they were for a high school for co-valedictorian, best in science, and then best in foreign language. Okay. And I listed them, and then immediately the next morning, this guy buys all three of them. Okay. And so, undoubtedly, he has a connection to this school. And, I thought it was awesome that that's the one thing I love about buying old stuff like that, is that you're bringing it from a place where it's not wanted to a place where somebody wants the thing. And it continues to kind of have its own life, or whatever you want to call it. So I was happy to sell that, and he was very happy to get them. He left positive feedback today, and he also sent me a message. He said, "Man, these bears are awesome," which I love to hear that. That's incredible. because I thought they were awesome when I picked them up. That's why I got them, and then I got them to somebody else that said, "Man, they're even more awesome to him because he probably has like some kind of emotional connection to these objects, right?" So here's my question. He also asked me, "Do you by chance know who they belong to? Just curious." So in this particular case, I did not know who they belonged to. All I knew was the street that the estate sale was on, and I knew the estate sale company that ran the sale. So I responded to him and I said, I don't know who they belong to, but I picked them up from an estate sale and I gave him the street name. I didn't give him a street number because I don't even know it. And I also gave him the contact information for the estate sale company. And I said, they're probably going to be pretty resistant to telling you where they got it, or not where they got it, but who the client was. Like, I would hope they wouldn't really. But let's say I did know, though. Let's say I knew the name of the recipient of these trophies. Would I have more, and this is just, I'm not telling you what I would do, I'm asking you what you would do. Would I have more of an obligation to respect that object and carry on that object's legacy and continue that object's story by saying, yes, this object belonged to so-and-so? And giving out that private information, which would just be a name. I'm not sure exactly what that would hurt, right? Or do I have more of an obligation to the privacy of the family that I bought the object from, not to divulge information that's not actually part of the object? So I'm a little conflicted here, and I'm curious to hear what y'all think in the comments down below. So let me know what y'all think about that, guys. Just a thought, one of the random thoughts I have during the day. So I was I'm packing orders still that are going out today, and I wanted to share one with y'all that I thought was interesting. You find a lot of times when you're out and about, and you can do this on local apps too. I've done it quite a few times, but people that sign up to sell stuff, whether it be Mary Kay Cosmetics or Avon, or in this case, I'm talking about Scentsy. There's all kind of stuff like this out there, guys, where people sign up to sell it, and then they, a lot of times they have to, purchase a minimum amount of product to sell. And, sometimes they're successful, I guess, but I think more times than not, they're not successful. And they end up, either losing interest, or maybe they just can't sell the stuff, or for whatever reason, they quit. And they're left holding a pretty good bit of product they spent pretty decent money on. And you can find this kind of product, a lot of times on the secondary markets. So this is what I'm going to show you right now. So this is the order I have going out right now. This is just part of it. This is I forget how many. I think it was 100 and something. Just little bitty Scentsy samples. And it's interesting because you can't even use these. All these are meant to do is to open. It's pretty tight. Is to open and then sniff it. And so the sales people, bring these. Oh, here it is. They bring them around, and all their samples, and then here, smell this, and then they just go through and smell the different jars, and then I guess find one they like, and then order the wax melt, the actual wax melt that you can use. But these can't be used for anything other than just opening them up and sampling them, So somebody bought this bag of stuff here for $50 plus shipping yesterday. And the Scentsy deal as a whole has been pretty awesome. Golly, I'm trying to remember the sales. I think I paid $50 for the box of Scentsy stuff, and I'll put some of the sales right here. But I think I've sold, oh man, I don't want to lie to y'all, I think it's like $217 that I've sold so far, and I've still got like $60 left in product. So that's been really, really good. And it's been like super fast too. Like it's all sold within 2 weeks, and I've just got a few things left. And I had that same experience when I did Mary Kay. I had some hair products that I've sold before. I've bought salesman samples of hats before. You know, guy had a lot of hats that he would bring around, you know, and say, hey, check out these hats. And then these stores would order them, I guess. He left that company and he still had like all these hats. I bought a bunch of hats from him. I've bought like salesman samples are good too, not just the product people are selling, but like salesmen that, you know, had a lot of samples and then they changed jobs. Well, they still have the samples and they sell them. You can find this stuff, and a lot of times those are really good because they didn't pay for them. So they just want to get rid of the stuff, and they've probably been around that stuff so long, they don't really care what they get for it. You know, it has no value to them. So, and they're probably tired of looking at it. That's the thing with a lot of this stuff too, is I bet that even though this stuff has value, by the time you see it on the secondary market, these people are sick of looking at this stuff. So don't be afraid to go low. Don't be afraid to go low if you do buy it, you know, when you make an offer, you know, and use terms like how much for all of it. Do you want to get rid of all of it? It's probably a good thing to say. That's probably music to their ears because they probably looked at this stuff for a long time. So just an idea of some, you know, ways to get bulk sourcing, you know, get a lot of stuff at once. And, you know, check your local apps. This stuff is out there, guys. I just realized while I was talking about the Scentsy stuff, these samples, let me switch the camera around. So most of y'all know about regional rate boxes already, but this is a regional rate box here. And basically how these work, you order them from USPS.com website. And I'll make this one up real quick just so I can weigh it out. And the way they work, whatever you can fit in a regional A box, in this case it's going to be Scentsy. Whatever you can fit in here will ship to that destination at a 2-pound rate. So, and this will fit well. I'm going to pad it before I ship it, okay? I'm going to put like layers of bubbles and stuff in there. But whatever fits in this box ships to that destination for 2 pounds. So this box always makes sense when you ship anything that will fit in the box and weighs over 2 pounds. If it weighs like 2 pounds, 1 ounce and up, and it fits in here, and it doesn't fit in like a padded flat rate, this is what you want to use right here. So let's see how much this weighs. This weighs 4 pounds, 6.5 ounces. So if I put this in a normal priority box, it would ship at a 5-pound rate. But since I'm using this box and it fits in here, I'm going to ship it for a 2-pound rate. So huge savings it's a huge savings for my customer, but ultimately that also helps me make the sale. Because if there's somebody else selling a lot of Scentsy stuff and they're not using the regional A box and they're charging 5-pound shipping rate, and all else being equal, customer's going to buy from me because I offer cheaper shipping. So just something to think about, guys. Regional A boxes are really, really good. There's a regional B that I don't use quite as often, that I think it ships at a 4-pound rate. They may have gone up on the prices recently. Sometimes it's not exactly 2-pound rate too, like if you go to print on eBay, just because the discount isn't quite as much, but it's close. It's usually within 25 cents of the 2-pound rate. So good little tip, good little shipping tip if you didn't know about those already. Alright guys, I'm packing up that computer right now. I got all the stuff right here. But this is what I'm going to use. And look, yeah, you can use like dumpster dive boxes, and you may even find this kind of box in a dumpster, which is cool. But whenever I really want to protect something, I'll use a strong box. And this is a heavy duty small from Home Depot. They have a lot of different sizes. Their prices are actually pretty good. I don't remember what I paid for this. I think it was maybe a little over $1. I'll have to look next time I go in. But here's what makes it so strong. If you look at this edge, you'll see this is what's called a double wall box. You see you have like wall, and then corrugated, and then another wall right there, and then more corrugation. A standard box, let me grab one. Here's a standard box that I use, single wall. You can see it has that same corrugation there, but it doesn't have that second layer. So that second layer, that adds a ton of strength. So just something to keep in mind. If you're going to ship something heavy or something you really want to protect, part of that is padding inside the box. But sometimes part of that can also just be using a strong box in case the box gets dropped, kicked, other stuff set on top of it. That'll protect it. So just something to think about. These boxes are pretty awesome though. All right, computer's all packed up. So I think I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to get this video uploaded, and I'm going to start working on the expensive chess set today. And I'm going to share that chess set with y'all tomorrow as part of tomorrow's vlog. So if y'all want to check that out with me, it should be pretty cool. And hopefully I'll get a quick sale out of that thing. That'd be really cool if I listed it and sold it immediately. That'd be a nice flip. So anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.